Hey, what is up, folks? My name is Malik, and welcome back to yet another session. This is my second video of my YouTube channel, so bear with me with any technical issues. I'm still very new to all this content creation stuff. But the reason I decided to record this video today is because I see a lot of new traders, and especially a lot of new ICT traders, struggling to find their drawn liquidity. And I believe that is the reason or a lot of mistakes, right? A lot of people's main trading error is probably like a failure on how to determine their drawn liquidity. So, like, this is, in my opinion, the root to all good trade setups. Rarely do trades work out well if you go against the overall market, right? So, our job as traders is to figure out where the market is more likely gonna go next, right? And then base our trade off of our bias, right? We base our trade off of the direction we find on higher time frames. Just like when you put on any other trade, it's because you believe the market is more likely going to go to your take profit than your stop loss, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't put it on. It's the exact same thing, just on higher time frame, right? So, I myself had a lot of trouble with figuring out the drawn liquidity until I discovered the things that I'm about to teach you. Because when I looked at the higher time frames, I saw multiple indications for why the market may move up, and I saw multiple indications for why the market may move down. So it was very hard for me to determine my daily bias or just like a bias in general. So in today's video, I will explain how I now determine my drawn liquidity every day of the given week. So let's jump onto the charts. Okay, here we are on the E-mini Nasdaq 100 futures on the daily time frame. So right about now, if you are new to ICT, maybe you have no idea how to determine your drawn liquidity. You probably have no idea, or maybe somewhat of an idea of where the market is going to go next, right? But I'm going to teach you in these slides why we know, not for a fact, but we're very certain that we know where the market is going to draw to next. And looking at this picture right here, there's really no indications for where the market might go, right? We don't know if it's going to go up. We don't know if it's going to go down. But I'm going to show you through some drawings how to determine where it's probably going to go. So if we look at the next slide here, what do we see here? We have a bullish PD array, which in this case is a bullish fair value gap. And what do we do to this fair value gap? Do we respect it? We don't, right? We don't respect this fair value gap, and that's a very key thing, right? We violate this fair value gap hard. We close below it, right? This candle's closed, and it's closed below it heavily, displaced through it and closed below it, right? And I want you to know that that is one of the key things to determining your drawn liquidity. What PD arrays are we respecting, and what PD arrays are we violating, right? Are we respecting bullish PD arrays, or are we violating bullish PD arrays? So in this case, we just violated a bullish PD array. But if you look even closer, we violated more than one, right? So we had a daily bullish volume imbalance right here that we violated, right? We displayed through it. We have an inversion fair value gap here that we also displayed through. And we have another volume imbalance that we closed below, right? So we violated 1, 2, 3, 4 bullish PD arrays, right? And that is key to determining your draw. If we were to respect these bullish PD arrays, then the draw would probably be higher. But since we are violating all these bullish PD arrays, the draw is probably lower. Okay. So this next slide is also going to be very important. As you can see, we have a daily bearish fair value gap, right? Which is where price is delivering from. So we are violating bullish PD arrays and we are respecting bearish PD arrays, right? We're respecting a bearish fair value gap and we are violating multiple bullish PD arrays. And that is basically how I determine my drawn liquidity. Because we are violating bullish fair value gaps, and volume imbalances, whatever, inversion fair value gaps, and delivering from bearish fair value gaps in this case, but any P array, order block, whatever. In my opinion, the draw is probably lower and it has a very high probability of being lower because we are doing as we are doing. So that would be my draw on liquidity. So this is actually where we are right now on NQ when I'm recording this video. And I am definitely expecting, I'm recording this video on Saturday, and on Monday, I am expecting us to take out this sell side liquidity. And I am almost 100% certain that we will, because we keep violating this. And if we look closer, we have a bullish fair value gap here, right here. I just didn't draw it out. But we have a bullish fair value gap right here that we closed below again. And this candle right here used that bullish fair value gap as like an inversion fair value gap now, right? So again, we are violating this bullish PD array and using it as a bearish one, right? And that is basically how I determine my draw on liquidity. It's actually quite simple once you understand. So just for a bullish example, here we go. This is on NQ as well. So what do we have here? We have a bearish fair value gap here that was violated, right? We have another bearish fair value gap that was violated, closed above it, right? And if you look closely, I drew 1 and 2 because we made a low here, right? That is lower than this. And then we made a high low, meaning that we failed to displace below this low. That is also a thing you want to take into consideration when looking for your draw on liquidity. Do we displace above highs or do we not? Do we displace above below lows or do we not, right? So we failed to make a new low and we are violating bearish fair value gaps, indicating that the draw is probably higher. And as you saw, it was. We displaced through this fair value gap, used it as an inversion fair value gap, and then came right up to the buy side liquidity. So, let's say you came in the market when this candle closed on this day, you knew that for the next couple of days, you were probably going to be bullish, right? Primarily, you would base all of your trades off a bullish market, right? Off of bullish intentions. You would probably look for longs in this period of time. And in the previous period of time, right here, you would probably only look for longs. As soon as this candle closes here, I would even say, yeah, this candle right here is probably the big indication. So after this candle's closure, you would only look for shorts, right? You do not want to take longs after this. Generally, right? Of course, you could trade pullbacks and stuff if you want, but just generally. And so this is actually on the 4-hour time frame. This is the 4-hour time frame of this chart right here. So there's the daily time frame, the 4-hour time frame. And this is just to show you that how you can use the 4-hour time frame to, like, I guess, add to your daily bias confirmation. So as you see, we swept a lot of buy side liquidity on the 4-hour time frame. A lot of relative equal highs were swept, and we continued to displace to the upside after the liquidity sweep, violating still bearish fair value gaps, indicating again that the draw is higher, which it was, right? We are displacing through bearish PD arrays on a daily time frame. We swept buy side liquidity on the 4-hour time frame and continued to displace up while violating bearish fair value gaps, right? So all you want to look for are what are we delivering from, what are we respecting, and what are we violating, right? And that is how I determine my draw on liquidity every single trading day. Okay. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I would appreciate it if you would leave a comment or a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Maybe you learned something new. I just wanted to get this out there because I know there's a lot of traders struggling with this specific thing. And it is a very difficult thing to understand if you don't have the right tools for it. So that's just what I tried to give you. So I really hope you enjoyed. And until then, I will see you in the next video. Peace out.